All right, let's dive into one of the absolute coolest upgrades you can make to your home, smart automated shades. We're going to break down how this tech can totally transform your space, making it more comfortable, more energy efficient, and just, well, a whole lot easier to live in.
But first, let me ask you something. Think about your blinds right now. Are you constantly fighting with tangled cords, trying to get those slats to line up perfectly? Or maybe you're like me and sometimes just leave them shut all day because it's just too much of a hassle to deal with. Yeah, if any of that rings a bell, you are definitely not alone.
And this is really the whole point. We're talking about leaving all those little daily frustrations, the stuff on the left, behind for the super smooth world you see on the right. With smart shades, like the ones from Lutron, all of that manual work is just gone. Imagine every single shade in a room moving together, silently, perfectly, with just one little tap. That's the leap we're talking about.
Now, of course, this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Your home has its own personality, right? Your shades should too. So let's walk through the 3 main styles you can choose from to get that perfect match for your space.
First up, we've got roller shades. These are perfect for anyone who just loves that clean, simple, minimalist vibe. They roll up into this tiny, almost invisible headrail, so you get this wide-open, unobstructed view. It's a really sleek, modern look.
Next up are the insulating honeycomb shades. Now, what's so cool about these is how they work. They have these unique little pockets, they look like a honeycomb, that are actually designed to trap air. That creates a buffer, a layer of insulation right at your window. It literally helps keep your home cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, which can actually help with those energy bills.
And for that touch of classic, timeless elegance, you have wood blinds. I mean, these are just beautiful. They're handcrafted from real North American basswood, and you can get them in all sorts of different stained and painted finishes. They just bring this natural, warm, cozy feeling to a room.
So, how do you even begin to choose? Well, this little table makes it super simple. Roller shades? Best for that modern aesthetic. Honeycomb? That's your energy efficiency hero. And wood blinds? They're all about that classic style. And with the roller and honeycomb styles, you can really customize your light. You can go from sheer fabrics that just softly filter the sunlight to translucent for more privacy, or all the way to total blackout, perfect for a bedroom or a movie room.
Okay, style? Check. Now let's talk about the next big decision: how you're going to install them. This might sound a little technical, but I promise, it's way more straightforward than you think. It really just comes down to one simple measurement.
And here it is. It all comes down to what's called window depth. All that means is the distance from the actual glass of your window to the very edge of the frame or wall. That one little number is the key that unlocks which mounting options are going to work for you.
So if your window has enough depth, an inside mount is the way to go for that super clean, built-in look. The shade just fits perfectly right inside the window frame. Now, for a roller shade to sit completely flush like you see here, you're gonna need at least 3 inches of depth.
But what if your window isn't that deep? Hey, no problem at all. Your next option is to just mount the shade right onto the decorative trim, the molding that goes around the window. This is a super common and great looking solution.
And your third option is to mount the shade on the wall itself, right above the window trim. This way, the shade hangs down and covers the whole window and the frame. And actually, this is the pro move if you're using blackout fabrics, because it gives you the best seal to really truly block out that light.
All right, we've got our style, we've figured out our mount, now let's get to the really fun part, the smart part. How do these things actually get their power, and even better, how do you control them?
When you think about power, you might think, oh no, wires, but you've got some really great flexible options here. The most popular choice by a long shot is battery power, and that means 0 wires, absolutely none to worry about. But, for those really high, hard-to-reach windows, or if you're building a new home, you can also choose a simple plug-in power supply or even get it hardwired into a power panel.
And if you do go with batteries, let me give you a few pro tips to get the most out of them. First, always use fresh D-cell alkaline batteries, and don't ever mix old ones with new ones. Here's a subtle one. When you're setting the top limit for how high the shade goes, try not to let it roll up and compress the fabric really tightly. That actually puts a little extra strain on the motor and can drain the battery a bit faster. And when it is finally time to change them, the headrail has this brilliant design where it just tips forward, making it ridiculously easy to swap them out.
And for controlling them? Oh, this is the best part. It's whatever is easiest for you. You can have a sleek little Pico remote on your coffee table. You can manage everything from the Lutron app on your phone, Or, my personal favorite, you can just use your voice with assistants like Google Home or Alexa.
So, we've covered the specs, but what is it actually like to live with these shades every single day? Let's talk about the experience, how this all comes together to make your home feel better.
You know, the first thing you'll notice is, well, you'll barely notice anything at all. The motor is incredibly quiet. We're talking 38 decibels. To give you some context, that is about the same sound level as a quiet library. They're designed to just work silently in the background without ever disrupting your peace and quiet.
And are you worried about keeping them looking brand new? Don't be. It is so simple. For everyday care, just a quick pass with a feather duster does the trick. If you want a deeper clean, you can use a vacuum with a soft brush attachment. And for any little accidents or spots, just gently clean it with a mild detergent. That's it. It's that easy.
But the real magic, the absolute game changer, is when you start integrating your shades with the rest of your smart home. It's about creating these preset scenes. Imagine saying, "Hey Google, it's movie night." And with that one command, your lights dim down, all your shades lower, and your sound system kicks on. You're not just controlling one thing, you're creating a whole mood, an entire experience.
So, let's wrap this all up. When you look at the big picture, upgrading to smart shades is such a powerful move towards creating a truly modern, truly comfortable home.
Because really, at the end of the day, we're not just talking about a piece of fabric that covers your window. It's about that effortless convenience that just makes your daily routine simpler. It's about the enhanced comfort that makes your house feel more like a home. It's the foundation for a genuinely intelligent living space.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Now that you've totally mastered your home's natural light, what's the next thing in your home that's ready to get a whole lot smarter?